Do you know what common characteristics a satellite, a large software, or even an embedded system such as smartphone all share? Their creation is complex, very complex. Managing this complexity is a real challenge since it requires all at once: a reliable communication medium between teams, a way to explain the knowledge of the engineers, a mastery of lots of different tools, and an optimization of the system's cost. As the complexity increases, it becomes harder and harder to manage specifications through classic means. Thanks to Obeo Designer, an innovative solution is now available. The approach is simple. We simplify the creation of custom modeling workbenches which fit your business. But how exactly do we simplify complexity? Our approach is to directly rely on the language already used by your teams for your business and to give you the ability to create your own designers. These designers are exactly aligned with the way your users want to represent information. That's what we call a domain-specific language. Let's start by some typical use cases. Why would so many enterprises want to create their own designers? The answer is always related to a specific job, the architect. He is in charge of the methodology, the tools, and the consistency between projects. Here are some examples of real industrial usages of Obeo Designer. Control the design of a software. Provide business teams with a way to express the characteristics of their offer. Industrialize the creation of new applications, tooling up the specification step and applying customized source code generators. Improve the system engineering process of an industrial component. Master the impacts on the information system of an enterprise transformation. Thanks to Obeo Designer, all these designers have been made by the architect himself without the need to be a technical expert. Let's see how we can create our own modeling workbench. The whole process is composed of a mere 3 steps. Define your domain, describe how to represent it, then how to consume the information. We'll demonstrate this through a very simple example. Let's design a family relationship. This first step is to express your language with a domain model. This model is managed by EMF, an open source project which ensures the continuous stability of your data. Here is, in action, an overview of how Obeo Designer simplifies this work. The next step involves the choice of representations and behaviors for your designers. Everything can be deeply customized to provide your users with an ergonomics and beautiful tool. Every aspect is defined in Obeo Designer through a declarative description, which is dynamically interpreted by a runtime. No code generation involved. The specifier of the modeling environment will see instant feedback during the configuration. With Obeo Designer, changing the color of a model element is just a matter of a few clicks. Open and change the representation description, then save. All its instances are automatically refreshed. To define the way a model element is graphically represented on the representation, you must create a diagram element, let's use a container, then you just have to declare a style and save. You can also define the behavior by specifying new tools which will be displayed in the palette. Viewpoint-based approach, Obeo Designer allows you to display the same model element on several representations depending on the user's role or activity. Each viewpoint corresponds to a set of representations as diagrams, tables, matrices, or trees, which can be completely customized. For example, on a person's diagram, the family members are represented using images and the parental relationships are represented using edges with different colors. But you can also represent model elements using containers, which are boxes containing other model elements. With Obeo Designer, you can define your own rendering edition tools as direct edit, copy-paste, drag and drop, and so on, but also navigation tools to go to other representations. Finally, all that's left is to consume the model. You can add your own validation rules, launch some complex computations, generate documentation, connect your model to existing repository or tools, generate source code, and so on. The Acceleo project can help you with most of these tasks, but the possibilities are only limited by your imagination. Based on customizable templates, the generators will produce files which exactly fit your technical requirements and coding practices. It allows you to easily create and maintain your own code generators to transform your models into source code, configuration files, or documentation. For an industrial deployment of your workbench, Obeo Designer provides several very powerful features. Let's glance over 3 of them. Conditional style and layers to change the appearance of representations dynamically. Layers allow you to choose if you want to hide or show some specific informations. In this example, we activate a temperature layer to analysis if the system will be too warm. Label of containers and colors are conditional styles which are modified to show the result of the temperature computation. Each visual attribute is dynamic and gives you instant feedback as you modify the model. Some new tools can also be provided by the layer to add new capability, as adding a new fan to cool the system. Instant collaboration through a collaborative server. Obeo Designer allows you to store your models and representations in a CDO repository to facilitate collaborative work with other team members. The same representation can be edited simultaneously by several users located in different places. Any object being edited is automatically logged and other users are notified by a specific icon visible on all the representations where the object is visible. The lock is automatically released once the modifications are saved. Collaboration also works with relations. Diagram modifications are reflected simultaneously too. Ready-to-use designers for well-known standards such as UML, BPMN, and so on. These designers are provided with their configuration file so that you can adapt them to your own needs.